Yo, what is going on, guys? Sean back with another video, and today I'm talking about the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets were one of the most talked about teams during the offseason this year, as they went on to sign both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. When healthy, Kevin Durant is arguably the greatest player in basketball, and when healthy, Kyrie Irving is one of the top 5 point guards in the NBA. KD hasn't played this season yet, as well expected him not to because of his Achilles injury last season. Kyrie has only played in 20 games this season, and in those 20 games, he's averaged 27.4 points, 6.4 assists, 5.2 rebounds, 1.4 steals, shot 39.4% from 3, and 47.8% from the field in 32.9 minutes per game. If it wasn't for him missing in so many games in the first half, Kyrie would have been well on his way to another All-Star selection. Just this Tuesday, he underwent surgery to repair his injured right shoulder, which has been nagging him all season. It's going to be really fun to see the duo of both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving next season. With them both being out, we're now able to see how good the rest of their team is, take a look into their future. In Kyrie's absence, Spencer Dinwiddie has picked up right where Kyrie left off and shown he is a starting caliber point guard in the NBA. Through 61 games, Dinwiddie is averaging 20.5 points, 6.7 assists, 3.5 rebounds, shooting 30.5% from 3 and 41.3% from the field in 31.1 minutes per game. He honestly was a borderline all-star in my opinion and is very underrated still to this point right now. Dinwiddie has been on an absolute run and been a pleasant surprise for the Nets, and will probably either be the sixth man for the next season or the starting shooting guard for the Nets next season. Like I said, if you come off the bench, that would be a nice little weapon off the bench, a nice little secret weapon coming off your bench, as you would be able to come off the bench and provide his team with instant offense. Another player who has been amazing for the Nets is Caris LeVert, who I've been saying since the beginning of the season is the most underrated player in the NBA. Just a few days ago against the Celtics, Caris LeVert showed just that by putting up 51 points in a massive come from behind win. And he scored 37 points in the fourth quarter in overtime combined. He also has dealt with a good amount of injuries, but it looks like he's back to the player that he was before we're going down with all his injuries, and maybe even a better player, to be honest. Through 36 games, Caris LeVert is averaging 17.2 points, 3.9 assists, 3.8 rebounds, shooting 36.5% from 3 and 40.8% from the field in 28.5 minutes per game. I'm really high on Caris LeVert, and I think that he has the potential to be the third star in the Brooklyn Nets, alongside Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. All he needed was an opportunity to show that he can compete with the best and be able to hold his own. Another player who has been amazing for the Nets this season is Jared Allen, who through 61 games is averaging 10.7 points, 9.6 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, 1.4 assists, and shooting 64.4% from the field. Allen is such an amazing defender and greater on the rim as a whole. He's looking like the Nets franchise center, and it's going to be interesting to see how he plays when KD and Kyrie come back. Another player who's been amazing for the Nets this season is Joe Harris, who has expanded his game from being solely a three-point shooter last season to somebody who can move without the basketball and not just look to shoot the three, but expand his game to score without shooting. Especially when the defense forces him to take a 2 instead of a 3, is to create his own shot. Through 60 games, Joe Harris is averaging 13.7 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.1 assists, shooting 41% from 3, and 46.2% from the field in 31 minutes per game. Harris is going to be a really nice piece for the Nets because of his ability to shoot the basketball at a very high level. At this point, it's so essential because every team needs a good three-point shooter, and for them to have one of the league's best is really good for the Nets. A couple of other young players that I think can help the Nets in the future, and even right now or next year when KD and Kyrie come back, is Nicholas Claxton, who had a really good showing when he was finally given his minutes a couple of months ago, I believe. He's a stretch big who was able to defend really well, which every team needs. You always want to have some guy, at least on your bench, that can shoot the basketball and rebound, because at this point in time, shooting the basketball is very essential in this NBA right now. Another player who I think can help the Nets in the future is Taurean Prince, who they acquired from the Hawks in the Allen Crabbe trade. Taurean Prince is a very streaky shooter and a very tenacious defender. And when he's on, he just makes the Nets an even scarier team. A couple of other players the Nets have who can help them in the future include Janan Musa, Rodions Kurucs, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, and Chris Chiozza. They also have veteran Garrett Temple, a really underrated three-point shooter who has been pretty good this year with the Nets, and also veteran Wilson Chandler, who's been pretty decent since he got back from his drug suspension. The Nets are looking very scary, and I just can't wait to see KD and Kyrie come back to see how this team plays together. For the Nets lineup next season, I project their lineup to be Kyrie Irving, Spencer Dinwiddie, Caris LeVert, Kevin Durant, and Jared Allen. On paper, that team looks really good and one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. But we're just going to have to see how that all unfolds. But yeah, man, the Nets' future is looking very, very bright. Having two superstars in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving is a huge addition to their team. Having Caris LeVert and Dinwiddie, who can help both Kyrie and KD, is going to be very, very essential to that team. And I just can't wait to see all these guys play together, and I just can't wait to see how good the Nets can become in the future. And it's going to be really fun to see the next Eastern Conference powerhouse in the NBA and somebody that can fight with the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference right now with the Miami Heat, Washington Celtics, and Toronto Raptors. But yeah, man, other than that, man, that is the video. Make sure to go down below, leave a like, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new as well. Other than that, man, it's been about John, and I'm out, man.